Hi there, it's been several weeks since I last uploaded a video here in YouTube, and I decided to start it again. I'm going to prepare a dish, and then in the next couple of weeks I'm going to upload some reviews, unboxing, and a bit of travel. So the dish that I'm going to make today is called braised pork belly, but instead of using pork belly, we are going to use the leg, the pork leg, which contains lots of collagen, which is good for the skin. So follow me as I prepare the dish. I was really trying to decide what to make, and I decided this because this is both Chinese inspired, and it has a twist of Filipino in it, and it's easy to prepare. And let me just pause the video while we assemble. Okay, by the way, we're almost finished, just finishing it up a bit. Almost there. Okay, we have finally assembled the things that we need to make the braised pork belly recipe, which is Chinese inspired. So I will classify the ingredients as the basic, and some of the ingredients is optional, but it can really add to the experience of having this dish to be quite good. So let me just change gear. I will not use the knife to point at things. Okay, we have changed gears. So I'm using a Caesar now. So these are the basic ingredients needed. Ordinarily, you can use pork belly, but in this case, since I love the pork legs, I have here approximately 2 kilos of pork leg, which was already chopped by the butcher. And we need approximately 2 cups of soy sauce and approximately 2 cups of vinegar, preferably sugarcane vinegar or rice wine vinegar, and a half of the bulb of garlic, then 1 bulb of onion, since we already have spring onions, which we will add at the latter part. So these are the basic ingredients for this dish. So just this pork, the soy sauce, and the spices, that will be enough to make the dish. But to make it much more delicious, or in a way high-end, we can add some salted black beans, which can be bought at the Chinese or Oriental store. Then I'm going to add pineapple juice. Since I can't find the pineapple juice, the plain pineapple juice, I just bought the pineapple chunks with the juice in it because I'll be adding some later. And half of it I'm going to eat it as part of our daily fiber requirement. Then the liquid seasoning, it's not really needed. You can have a taste of the dish to check if it's really needed, but that is not really needed. And black peppercorns, you can either crush it or just add a teaspoon of it directly. And bay leaves, but I can't find any bay leaves. It's not going to cause any problem with the dish. It should be all right. Then a teaspoon of Shaoxing wine, or just tell them it's Shaoxing wine, cooking wine. And the Chinese or Oriental store will know that it's Shaoxing cooking wine. I don't know what it's called in English. Okay, so it's rice and wheat, so it's a combination of that. It's for cooking, and the high-end version in China is actually good for drinking, but this one, they said it's a bit saltier, so it's for cooking. So that's basically it. So we're just going to, it's easy to prepare. We're just going to basically mix everything in a bowl, which I will show you later. I'm just going to look for the brown sugar because I prefer putting a tiny bit of sugar in it just to give it, I prefer the slightly sweet hint. It's going to be sweet already because we do have the pineapple juice, but I like it more on the sweeter side. Oh, hi there. So we got our brown sugar. You can use honey as well, but I have lots of brown sugar and I prefer to use honey for something else rather than dishes, which brown sugar can do. So this is all our materials. This is already clean, but there's nothing wrong if we wash it just to have an extra layer of security. We have already placed the pork in the bowl or casserole. And there's one thing that I forgot to mention. We need to add some salt. But since the soy sauce is salty, this is salty, missing this will not be really that much of a loss. So just a little dab of salt, like a pinch. And we're just going to mix everything. So we are now going to mix everything. So we just added some salt there. Next is we're going to add a pineapple juice. I'm going to add one can of pineapple chunks later, but I'm going to add now the juice so that it's going to be absorbed by the meat. Okay, we'll just put that aside. Let me just quickly wash my... Okay, we're going to add now just a teaspoon, or yeah, around a teaspoon of the Shaoxing cooking wine. It's going to remove the gamey smell and taste of the meat. I tried finding my lower leaf. I think it's already gone. That's the reason why. But if there's a lower leaf, that would also be good. But I think we should be fine now. So this is peppercorn. Around a teaspoon. Then we're going to add the vinegar. Oh dear. I'll get that later. Oh, we still have some left here, so I'll just consume this first. So around 2 cups of vinegar. Okay, so we'll chop this. And yeah, this one. Okay, that's around 2 cups, and then, or if you don't like it to be too vinegary, you can also just put 1 cup. And some soy sauce. So we're adding soy sauce now, around a cup to 2 cups, depending on your preference. Next is we're going to add 2 tablespoons of, or approximately 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'll just consume it here. Let's just put everything in. There's barely anything left, so if we're going to put this back in the cabinet, it's just a waste of space. So that's it. Then we're going to add liquid seasoning, just a tiny bit. It's not really it's optional. Just to add some taste. And next is we're going to add some half a bulb of, what do you call this? Garlic, yeah. Half of a bulb of garlic. Okay, nothing too fancy. We're just going to crush it and then add it there. And if you like, you can remove the bottom hard part of the garlic. So we're just going to crush it. That's it. Crush it. And crush it. And crush it. And crush it. Then we'll remove the wrapper. I don't think this is the wrapper, but the outer part of the garlic clove. We're going to remove that. Then let's just cut it up a little bit. And then we'll add it there. We'll add it there. And then we're going to chop up the onion bulb. Okay, we're going to chop now the onion bulb. So we have just quickly washed this, so we will chop this into tiny pieces. Let me just move this a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So we're cutting that into slants. And then we're going to chuck it there, chuck it there. So it's just mixing everything. Chuck it there. And then sometimes you don't need to mix it, but yeah, I prefer mixing it somehow right now because it's on video. But normally I don't mix it. It will mix on its own. Anyway. So just a small agitation and mixing it just to cover everything with the sauce and the marinade. So you have the option to marinate this for 1 hour overnight, but just boiling this for an hour will infuse all the juices and flavor in it. But you have the option to do that. Okay, so we have mixed it. And now we're going to let it boil for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we're going to put it on high flame, and once it's already boiling hard, we're going to put it in medium or low flame, depending. And you need to look at it just to be careful that it's not going to run out of the juice or marinade, or it might burn. While we're waiting for the dish to boil, we're just going to prepare some of the other ingredients. Which we'll be adding later. We will not add it now, because if we add it now, it's going to overcook the ingredients, and there's nothing left after 1 hour and 30 minutes. You can also use a pressure cooker to lower the boiling time to 30 minutes. So we're waiting right now for what we're cooking to boil, which is at the back. And we're just going to prepare some of the other things that we need to add. And I mentioned that a while ago in the previous part of this video, but let me just have a bit of a rest and I'll drink some Coke Zero. So we will add this around the 1 hour mark. This is just spring onions, which will add a nice texture and smell to the dish that we are making. For those people who cannot eat pork, there's an option to do this with the chicken. The only difference is that since chicken is much easier to soften, it will just take 20 to 30 minutes to cook. Similar procedure, just shorter, 20 to 30 minutes boiling. And let me just wash this. Oh, I should cut this first before washing it. So we're just going to cut the roots, the root part. And if there's any withered leaves, we can remove it, but in this case there's none, so there's no need to do that. So we are going to, oh dear, I hope I'm not going to cut myself, God forbid. Okay, so this is the salted black beans, which we will add later or now. So we will add this now. Then we're going to let it boil for 1 hour. Then it's 1 hour and 30 minutes, but we need to evaluate how it is after an hour. It's the prudent way to do. So 1 hour. And let me just do another timer for an hour. That's for my laundry. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. Everything's in there. So we'll just cover this and let it boil for an hour. So this has been boiling for around an hour now. So we will just lower. It's actually quite soft, but it's actually jiggly soft now, but I'm going to boil this further for another 20 minutes. And so here are some of the ingredients that we need to add as the last touch. I'm going to save this for myself. So we're adding this now as final touch. So I've lowered it to 3. Okay, so I'll set the timer for 20 minutes. So we're lowering it because the sauce have reduced, so it's just to let these things wilt. And we're not going to mix it because the meat is too tender now. It's falling apart. So let's leave it for another 20 minutes. So we're still waiting for it to simmer for an additional 20 minutes. And we're just eating the spare pineapples. Oh dear, I've eaten some of the hair from the wig. So it's finally cooked and we're going to try to plate it now. So it's very soft and jiggly. So this is our finished product. So it took us around 1 hour and 20 minutes. So this is the braised pork belly, or in this case, it's the braised pork leg. And either you can pair this with some bread, or in my case, I like to pair it with boiled rice. So this is the finished product. Let's just try it. I'm getting the soup. Not too bad. And I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I do hope that you visit my channel next time. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you.